So let's just head into the quest line. So it looks like we can make a wooden pickaxe as our first thing, and then we want to get some cobblestone. Uh, okay. So do quite a few things. So let's make some planks, crafting table. Uh, okay. So apparently we don't have the crafting stations. That's fine. Make a wooden pickaxe. Let's see what the sprocket. How do we get a silkworm? It's a 1 in 100 chance. Okay, like that. So this next tree, we should be able to get some string from. And then as we know, this will take a little bit of time to go through, but we'll be fine. I'm scared to break that. Oh, so we can't dump that off. So andesite. How do we get andesite? So that's uh, gravel and cobblestone. That's not bad. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to go through the whole hammering tree, which is fine. What do we need nether quartz for? Some stuff. Okay, this is looking interesting. Okay. Resource core, seared heater, basic resource shell. Okay. We'll get into some of this stuff here in a moment. At this point, I'm just kind of confused, more or less. So grout is dust, gravel, and sand. So we're going to be doing a bunch of hammering. Is this fully infested now? Okay, so that's not EMCable. But that is. That's worth 12 apiece, so that's pretty decent. And, you know, that's pretty good EMC value. We did get a silkworm out of that, so let's go ahead and make a chest. So we can store some of this stuff. The crooks do have an EMC value, actually. It just couldn't afford it. Let's pull out some cobblestone. I think we needed a hammer. How did we make a hammer? So it's 2 cobblestone. Okay, pretty simple recipe. That's not correct. That is, though. Only 10 EMC for that, so we can make those without a problem. I made a stone pebble. Oh, maybe it has to be cobblestone. It does. So that puts us where we can make gravel. And these are all worth 1 EMC, so sand worth 1, yes. And we can make dust as well. So that works out. So we can get that, and then as soon as we get andesite is worth 16, so we can get 4 times our EMC by just turning cobblestone and gravel into andesite. So that's going to be our way to get infinite resources. How do we get dirt? It shows it with the hammer, but I don't really see a way to do it. I don't guess it really matters quite yet. So we want to take gravel and or gravel and cobblestone. And then all we have to do is do that. And we just made a bunch of bonus EMC. Okay. It looks like it doesn't particularly care where you have all the stuff. That's all that I have for now, so we'll just dump this all down in here. We can always go back later and make more. So yeah, so that got us up to 24,000. That's insane value. All this stuff has EMC value. So does grout at 1, which that it's fine. It's a loss of 1 EMC on it. So it would be worth going through and making it, but it's not really worth the effort. So we need dust, gravel, and sand. And so it's 1 dust, 4 sand, 4 gravel. We'll just make 1 set because it's not really worth doing more than that. Let's learn bread. That was worth quite a bit too. We can get 2 stacks of grout. Compressed grout. Okay. Bunch of interesting stuff here. So it looks like we're going to want to get into water, which takes the oak crucible. Presumably there's wooden shears. Or do we actually have to? Interesting. Got wooden scythes, but I'm not seeing shears, so I don't know how that's supposed to work. Oh, we can place saplings in here, I guess. But it says leaves. Interesting. Iron resource core. A lot of this is got me kind of confused. All the cores. So basic. So that's iron resource core. And in the resource generator, that makes iron ingots. Okay. Interesting. And that also can be used to make a basic blob. Got some miscellaneous stuff and some fluid cores. Not looking like a whole bunch of stuff in here. Not really concerned about storage yet. Okay, so it looks like maybe we go into create for now. So that requires dirt and logs. So dirt, how do we get dirt? Compressed dirt? No. Sand and slag? And a compost? No. This is the part where I get lost. It makes no sense. I know it says dirt right here, but what's the recipe for it? Maybe we can find it in here? Am I blind? Because I am not seeing it. Interesting. I'm going to look for it over here as well. Didn't see it there. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing, nothing, and nothing. I'm confused. I guess we'll break this. Oops. Oh well. Let's grab a sapling out. Place you. let's grab out the hand crank. So that's 3 planks and a shaft, I believe it was. Nope, it's a piece of andesite. I'm stupid. And that is incorrect as well. Alright, so now we should be able to grab out full stack of gravel. I don't really know if this is doing anything. Am I being dumb? I am, aren't I? Cogwheel. Crank on top of that. Okay, that seems to be actually functionable. Yeah, so this is actually working now. Something tells me I'm going to be doing this for a hot minute, considering I threw in 64. Where's the apples at? Well, we'll grab out some bread instead. EMC-wise, much better. Gonna be nice and easy across here. We'll eventually get through it. Maybe. I probably shouldn't have threw in 64 to start with. Oh, we have to click on it to grab it out. Okay. So I got us some crushed ingots. Or, not crushed ingots, but... Is this EMCable? It is not. Okay. Okay, so what do we do with the crushed? I don't remember the recipe. I know it's some sticks, some logs, and a piece of coal. Okay. Nice and easy. Place that there. And then grab ourselves some leaves. And then here momentarily. Why didn't I? That was dumb. Can I make another campfire? I can. We can EMC that. Misplaced it. That's unfortunate, but not the end of the world.
Mother! You made it dark to close. Alright.
Make a bucket here. And then once these are processed up, we'll have infinite water. Let's go ahead and dig out a place for that. I think right here would be a good spot for it. It's going to look kind of weird, but yeah, it is what it is. All kinds of fun stuff there. So we'll need the mechanical press. So how do we melt this down? I guess we go, okay, I see. This is what we need the seared heater for. Because yeah, okay, that makes sense. What is compressed grout used for? Oh. So, okay, so we need the compressed grout. Okay. Makes sense. We can go ahead and make compressed grout and have that recipe saved. Make water bucket. So that's worth the same ENC, so there's no glitch there. Okay, so I feel like we need to go ahead up here and make all of this fun stuff. So we're going to have to make a little bit of glass, which is just sand. That's not the right thing to put that in. Got the copper smelted up there as well, so it doesn't really matter though. Let's grab out our seared bricks. We'll grab out 6 stacks of them. It's way overkill, but I don't really care. Grab our glass. Okay, so seared heater, seared ingot gauge, which turns into the seared melter, some seared faucets, a casting basin, and a casting table. So, we probably should make a new area for all this stuff, or else we're going to completely crowd this section. But honestly, I'm kind of okay with crowding it. This is all EMCable as well. I don't need a full stack of it all. Not you. Go away. I think that's all we need. We'll grab 2 faucets. Okay, we are going to have to make lava as well, which is mild inconvenience, but not bad. So, I really don't know how this works. Well, actually, I think in this I can actually burn logs. So I think what we do, I think we place heater down first, but let's quickly dig out this just a touch. Not much at all, but I just want to get this slightly recessed. That way so that it comes out level. I think that's not what I meant to put there. Let's make a stone pickaxe for crying out loud. Don't want to fight this. Yeah, that seems to be much better. Place above a tank or heater to fuel. Yep, so heater first. Melter. Then we would take casting basin. Like that. Throw some coal in the bottom of it. And this should be functional. Only 3 at a time, though. So it takes grout and just out on a plain casting table. So let's grab some of this compressed grout. And let's see if this works. It looks like that's going to slightly overfill this. Never mind, it's totally okay with it. As a matter of fact, that wasn't even a full cast. Can we make a lever? We should be able to. Made it upside down the first time. Then how much iron do I have? Only 1 ingot. So, let's rather swiftly go through here. Let's grind up some of this gravel. I want to get enough iron to make a hopper, which is 5. I have 1, so I need 4 more. So I'm figuring on this taking about 45 seconds of grinding. Not much at all. We'll pretty much wait until we get down to about 4 bars of hunger. Well, maybe we'll do once this one finishes up. Okay, that was actually exactly how much I needed. So I need a chest, so that's the incorrect recipe. Just gotta wait just a moment for that to finish up. And then we can have this automate. I need twice as much as I thought I did. That was so I can have an extractor. So we'll give this about another minute, essentially. Oh, how much fun this is. Here momentarily, I would like to go ahead and get the water wheel set up. And then, in theory, I should be able to automate this millstone, or perhaps a crusher. Alright, I need one more. There we go. I don't really care about the resource waste. It doesn't make much difference. Got our 2 chests here. That's not correct. That's what we wanted. Unfortunately, no EMCing able to be done. That is not correct either. So let's grab some of that compressed grout. Okay, apparently that doesn't work. Perhaps it needs to go in the front. It looks like that works. Works for me. And this should pour out, and we get our basic resource shell. Why is that task not completing? Oh, I need a resource generator. Oh, that takes a bunch of iron. This box is used in combination with a resource core. You might want to make a few of these since they're going to be used all the time. Okay, so this takes a metric ton of iron. So I guess we go water wheel. So that's a shaft and planks. That's pretty simple. And then we'll make these large water wheels. So they're just better. Let's eat some food real quick. I'm going to try to take this back behind this area. And we're going to try to set up our water wheels like right here. What can we do here? We do a 3x3? Accidentally threw the pickaxe on the ground, but that's fine. Clear out a little bit of space back here as well. Not going to hurt anything. Okay. Let's take this one further back. Maybe 2, actually. And with my pickaxe, we'll just swap over to the stone one for a brief stint. Once again, that's not the correct direction for this. Where's the center? We can do something like that. And then we just gotta figure out how to get this to correctly cog this. I guess gearboxes is Okay, so I did a little bit of work off cam here. I dug out this space back here. I left that stone there to kind of hold that water just a little bit. Dug out this a little bit to give it a little bit more rotation. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to come off the back of this to power at least our first set of like mechanical presses, mechanical mixers, and spouts. Well, the spouts don't need anything, I don't think. The mechanical pump does though. The mechanical press, I know it needs power, so and the mixer does too. And all this requires a lot, and I do mean a lot of iron, which is why I set this up. I mean, it's already went through a stack of gravel already, so not bad. And we've gotten 25 iron. I mean, it's not great. We could make a cauldron, which we need porcelain clay, which means we need bone meal. Uh, oh, Lord. Mechanical crafters are brass casings. Brass is a little out of our window. Unless we get a blaze burner, which is just iron and netherite. And how do we get netherrack, sorry. So we get cinder flower, cobblestone, and lava. Or barrel of witch water and lava. Witch water is mycelium. Uh, uh, okay, that's nice and all. But tell me how to craft it, please. So that looks like it may be the only one that's actually a thing. Yeah, because all of that's just completely useless. Hmm. So I saved that, so it's logs, iron, and 2 sticks. Logs. I need iron, which I have. Okay, apparently that's not transferable, but just for science. That's what I thought. Okay, so mechanical sieve might be the only way to do that. Unless we can get into some blazing archwood, which that also requires sieving stuff. So that's unfortunate. What happens if we take a crook to it? Um, I know in some mod packs that works. Let's make this shapeless. That did absolutely nothing. Okay. Seeds, harvesting grass. Uh, emergency items. That gives us a wheat seed and a grass block. Looks like we can't get that for another 3 minutes. If I sit here and actually wait for this, I'm tempted to do that so I can get this grass block. Unless there's Let's just open up Edge. Why is caps lock on? What all can we make out of shards?